Hey, it's Brian again. Thanks for tuning in. This beer we're going to talk about briefly is our Canniption Pale Ale. I am so excited about this beer. You know, while it's important to have like super consistent beer, because people find their favorites and they want to know that it's going to be the same each time, it's still fun to tweak a little bit here and there because after all, at the end of the day, it's trying to find that kind of perfect balance in a beer. And this is a great example. This is something we just tweaked recently. It's a beer we've been making a long time, but I just felt like it needed a little bit more hop character, and I'll explain that in a minute. So our Canniption Pale Ale is an American Pale Ale, American all the way. American malts, American hops, and in fact the hops that are used are Northern Brewer for bittering, Columbus, Centennial, and Cascade. And then what we started doing is we actually backed off on some of the malt to lower the alcohol. It was a fairly big beer for the last year or two, and took a little bit of pale malt out of it and dropped the ABV down to about 5.7%. But we also took out a little bit of the bittering hops, so you got less of that kind of astringency and bitterness in the back of your throat. And then we dry hopped it, which we never did in the past. So it's also dry hopped with Centennial, one of the quintessential American dry hops that we absolutely love here. So what you've got, I believe now, is an incredibly drinkable, really refreshing beer. It's got a lot of grapefruit, citrus qualities, all from the hops. We don't use the same yeast strain that we use in some of our other Belgians. It's a completely different strain. It's clean fermenting, so there's really not a lot of competing esters in this beer from the yeast. It's all about the hops. And again, they are all American, so that's the way you got to go. And the other thing is that at the end of the day, there's a lot of breweries and there's a lot of pale ales being made. So it's tough to make something memorable, and that's really kind of the goal. It's not so much to maybe make a pale ale that fits in the style perfectly in the box, but yet to make something that people really enjoy and remember it. And maybe it stands out among some of the other pale ales that they had. So that was our goal here. And I think the dry hopping really elevated this beer. So I'm super excited about it. Hope you have a chance to try it. Thanks.